So here is our finishing result. Chicito peppers, spaghetti squash inside, the carrots cooked with, the lamb coming off the bone, and the garden herb, and just the juice, pain jus. Voilà. Bon appétit. Hello everyone. Welcome to Basic Cooking with Chef Agnell. Today I'm actually very excited to cook lamb shanks. Lamb is one of my favorite meats. I remember as a kid that there was a big delicacy over in Morocco. So I'm not going to marinate it, I'm just going to do it the way I remember my mother used to do it. We just cook it and then season it and marinate it as it cooks, and you cook it slowly, and then it's very tender. It's the best ever. I'm going to serve it with some spaghetti squash, basically just olive oil, salt and pepper. Put them in a little sheet pan and bake them until they're soft, and then take the spaghettis out and serve it as a vegetable or whatever starch you feel like. So we're going to start with the hot pan. I don't need no flour, nothing like that. I always think about unnecessary stuff. There's no need for it. So basically, add some olive oil. Not too much because there's a little fat of the lamb. I'm just going to sear all these shanks a little bit. When you buy the shanks, see if you can ask the butcher, wherever you buy them from, to cut them for you, because man, it does take a long time to cut these home. So basically I'm just going to throw the shanks in there, let them caramelize a little bit. But I'm going to season them while that's happening. Okay. So paprika. We got a nice sweet paprika. Is one of the best things you want to do with the lamb shanks. Be generous. I'll probably put there 1 tablespoon, easy. This usually doesn't call for turmeric, but lately turmeric has been a big deal for a lot of health remedies. It's a really good stuff, but I gotta go easy on it. So maybe just a half a teaspoon. Also want to add cumin seeds. Cumin seeds will tenderize the meat and will add a lot more flavor. So maybe 1 teaspoon. All bay leaf. And that's cinnamon leaf. This is actually cinnamon leaf we use in Morocco. It's not as strong but it's mild, but it has very smooth flavor. I'll just throw it in there. The other ingredients we're gonna add is also, we have garlic here, we got some herbs, and I put a tray together. There's all the items that we need. Into my garden, get some herbs. So right now we're gonna flip. Did you want to caramelize this? So at this moment I'm going to add some onions. It's happy, it's singing. This is going to be so good. It's going to have a lot of onion flavor, garlic, carrots, and the peppers. Did you guys know that the peppers have a rich in vitamin C? And it's so good to eat peppers during this COVID-19. Very good for you, healthy. Okay, we got our onions in there. I'm gonna have fun. Add my garlic. Probably just 2 teaspoons of garlic. Little herbs. This is parsley. 1 tablespoon is plenty. I'll save the rest for later on. And these are just some herb garden I'm going to chop and add last minute. Okay, let's see. So mix all this together. I'm going to add my peppers. I got some red peppers here, probably like a pound and a half. And I also have some green peppers, a little mild, not too spicy. And my carrots. This is one of those dishes, you put it all together, you leave it alone, you can do other things. The only thing we want to do now, I want to make sure the vegetables are in the bottom versus the meat. Lower the heat, cover it up. and leave it alone. It's like a braising. I gotta make sure I have enough liquid. So people, you add a lot of wine. Instead of adding wine, I'm just gonna add some the veal stock I made the other day. It's good and it has already the flavor that you need. So mix the vegetable together. Pull the meat up. Now the meat is on top, the vegetable are on the bottom. I lower it. Because the vegetable are going to melt and create kind of a sauce in the bottom, and it's not going to burn the meat. At this moment I add a little stock, like 4 ounces of chicken stock. And then I add my beef stock we did the other day. It was a mixture of beef and veal. It's the same family. So this is gonna melt. Gelatiny. We're gonna let it cook for a little bit because it's gonna get more liquidy as it goes. And then we're gonna take our spaghetti squash. We're gonna bake it in the oven. Just brush it with some olive oil. Pour salt and pepper as well. I'm trying to have a healthy meals, so stay away from butter if I can. All the herbs and spices. Now we're going to season this. Get some peppers in there. While I'm here, I can season this too. Then we're going to put some salt. I like doing this because you can control how much salt you put in your food versus doing that. But everyone has their own way. So we're gonna just simmer for a little bit. We're gonna finish it in the oven, braising it, kind of. And that's what we're gonna do. Then we go ahead and start baking spaghetti squash. So we want to check and see how our shanks are doing. I added some tomatoes that I'm not going to use for a while, so I might as well just throw them in there. The tomatoes goes very well. They make sense. It has acid. it just fits in there. So, I mean, as a cook, you can use your judgments to make a decision while you're cooking, even though you have some recipes and stuff, or you've seen somebody doing certain ways. You can always change little things if it does make sense. Like for instance, I'm not gonna braise it in the oven. I'm just gonna leave it here on top because it's going very well. I can just tell it's gonna be so perfect in another 45 minutes. The meat is just gonna fall off the bone. The sauce is gonna reduce. All those vegetables are gonna be perfectly done. And that's it. Just let it be happy. Leave it alone. And my spaghetti squash is cooking in the oven as well. Maybe another 20 minutes they'll be done. And that's it. So we're gonna have a beautiful, happy dinner tonight. This moment I'm gonna check, see how our shanks are doing. Oh, this is fabulous. Halfway there. You can just tell by touching the meat. It's not coming off the bone yet. Carrots are almost there. So I preheated my oven at 350 degrees. It's at 339 now, 340. So I'm going to put it in the oven uncovered because it's got a lot of juice. The juice that came out from the vegetables, from the meat itself. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Let it cook for probably half an hour, 45 minutes. We'll see. I gotta make sure the meat is falling off the bone. Now I pulled my spaghetti squash, and I'm just gonna show you how to scoop up the spaghetti. Spaghetti. I remember the first time I heard about spaghetti squash. So that was a little hot. So you just go with your spoon like this. Ooh la la. It's not hot. Okay, the oven is at 350. It's perfect. Voila! We have our spaghetti squash. We're just gonna saute this a little bit before service, season it, and we're good to go. Okay, let's go now and check our lamb shanks, see how they're doing. Just be careful with the oven, it's hot. You put this here to get a little warmed up. Just by looking at it, I can tell this is done. Turn this off. Yeah, the meat is coming off the bone. Oh man, this is beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna do a nice plate up. Get some carrots out first. Check them out. Oh, beautiful. Soft, but still holding their shape. Okay. Got my carrots. I'm gonna do my spaghetti squash. put it back a little bit to warm up. It's already warm. You can saute it or just reheat it up. I season it up. Salt and pepper, olive oil. I also did something to garnish the plate. I found some chichito peppers. So this is the perfect season for this. So might as well do something a little sexy with this. Let's see, I'll take a little bit of that, put it here, slide everything on the side. Your spaghetti squash. Alright. Now the carrots. As you can see, the carrots are soft, nice. So let's think about maybe just put it like this on top. So you get those spaghetti squash like a little surprise. That's all I need. And then I take a nice lamb shank. Nice big piece like that. Oh boy. So the lamb shank. One nice piece, that's all we need. Let's get some sauce. You can reduce the sauce to make it thicker if you wish. For me, this is beautiful. You can also cook this in a tagine. And then we're gonna throw some herbs in there. I didn't chop them up, I just want the herbs to look natural, like that. Wow, that's a beautiful place. Now let's do the test. Test is to taste the meat and make sure it's falling off the bone. And to taste the sauce. Well, you look like this is falling off the bone, yeah. Okay, then we pass that one. Now we're just gonna take a little piece. Taste it. God in heaven. That is fabulous. Let's do a little harissa, nuts. Let's put some decoration. And we're good to go. Here's our lamb shank. A la mode. Beautiful. This is enough dinner for like 6 people, 7 people. So we're gonna have a fiesta tonight. Got my peppers, I got everything I need. I got a beautiful plate. Can't go wrong. Voila.